Okay, chat. This is the grand final EMEA. So EU, basically.
SSG come out.
As people would know, I don't think a lot of people know what EMEA is.
It'll be a Venture Hanzo comp. So obviously some really good long-range poke there with the Hanzo, and you see Venture just putting a lot of pressure here onto Kevster and Kai.
And I think the intent for ENCE here is pretty clear, choosing a map like
but Garfield is who watches Garfield nowadays, unless you're like 80.
It still functions fine when it comes to fire play, which I believe they want to lean into as much as humanly possible. Kevster has already found his mark here.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Space Station. I love Space Station. I love Hottie, but ENCE, I feel like ENCE is not going to be losing.
Very limited pressure on him, and clearly Sparker is not playing.
Also, why are you on Hanzo?
To see this Ash.
This is questionable.
Yeah, not many threats, right? And where Sparker was playing here before, yeah, he's trying to keep an eye on Kevster, because earlier Kai actually landed a shot on the Sparker, got him weak, and then Kevster went right in away on the Pharah. So has to be careful where this Pharah is. Here goes Backbone into the back line.
We need to see Kai struggled against Exodial, actually pressuring him on the Venture while he was trying to play.
I feel like Space Station is trying to lose with the Hanzo pick. I don't like the Hanzo pick, chat.
The Orbit Array was used by Space Station, and ENCE clearly were not ready with a response of their own. They're going to be happy maybe just to elongate this fight and get some extra stall, but Vistola will be surrounded on 3 sides.
Oh, that was almost a great boot from Kevster. Wow.
One comes on a little bit of a flank. It pushes Kai up towards the rest of the team. Then Orbital Ray from Space Station on the other side. So really no option for ENCE but to move forward into the Orbital Ray. Not exactly how they want to play that. So
Relty, don't do it, bro.
Able to force that type of action. Flip the point with ENCE not even getting at 50%.
Still, though, we mentioned that Orbit Array was unanswered from Space Station.
I feel like Space Station, Sparker should go Ash. I feel like Ash is just so much better on this point. You can throw Bob the point, and he can just cap for you or defend.
And give a good
I love playing Ash on this map right here.
Notice that Backbone is not allowing Kevster to flank here. He's also like telegraphing some potential pressure in Kai's direction. Should it come
See, look, you throw Bob the point, Bob caps for free. That's so easy.
They actually,
and he has a little bit of extra pressure because he can shoot over there on the left side.
That's going to be Sparker who takes out Kevster at range. That's a huge
hit. Dragon Strike now to that right-hand side. That's a bit scary. It has to be a disengage to the point that Kai wasn't quick enough to get away. And Backbone has been pivotal here. He's the one that forces Kevster into a sideline that can be punished by Sparker at the start of this whole fight. So ENCE do get a cheap flip, and it turns into like 20% of capture progress.
I mean, they lost the fight, but they took the point, and they lost the point.
Yeah, much different
after that fight.
From SSG
yeah, 20%. That's good.
And it's
that's 20% more that Space Station could have had.
A little bit, right? Playing, I know, a Hanzo with a Venture, something we don't really see a lot of teams do. Is Kevster very cautious, trying to come out inside of this doorway here. Does have the barrage. You see the Sonic Arrow. It's going to give a lot of info here to Backbone and Co. And that's a fast kill.
Because this map has a roof on it, that means Backbone really can do a lot of work against this Pharah play. Can just emerge upwards, get in range of the Pharah and really blow them up, even with some melee damage. And you see just how hard it is to kill Backbone when Landon is there getting Inspire procs off.
Yeah, Venture just has a
My favorite thing about this Orisa skin is those little mushrooms on the top of the gun.
Constantly by
they have like little eyes. Do you guys see that?
Very difficult to take out. So Backbone comfortable playing on his own off on the side.
Good round for Space Station here. They've really made up a lot of ground. Look at ENCE constantly turning around, trying to deal with that annoying Venture presence. It's Backbone. Are they ready for this one? Emerging into the back line. It was a shield bash backwards for Kellex to try and shut Backbone down, but the rest of ENCE have to go forwards here. Orbit Array was built up by Funny
ENCE actually might.
Sky did not have one available yet again. Kevster needs to move to the point, but there's really not much to do without Vistola here. I think Space Station to wrap this one up.
Wow, the heals on Kevster are insane. Sky, that was some.
I know one player go down to contest the point, but that's going to be a dragon separating players off. They get the kill.
I am actually surprised Space Station won that. I felt like ENCE had that in the bag. Wow.
We'll see if
that's a good first round.
Consistently, I know whether it's just something they have kind of cooked up here for Nepal, but a really good look thus far.
Hi, how you doing? What's up, Gray?
Seeding
doing
is
great.
Very, very important heading into Stockholm. The last thing you want to do is have to face
Israel Light with the massive 5 gifted as well. I appreciate it, my dude.
And obviously the circuit points on the line for winning here in stage 4 are quite significant. They really get ramped up as the year has gone by. So Space Station would really love to do what they can to give themselves a better seeding heading into the main event. He really would like to.
Is this a best of 7? Yes, chat. This is a best of 7.
We're gonna go to
This is
Shrine here.
the grand
That
final.
probably was maybe more suited to ENCE's playstyle. The Genji and Pharah are both very valid here. The Genji more so, as you'll almost always see Cassidy from other teams to counter that. We have Kai once more.
Why is Doom almost never chosen? Doom's chosen sometimes, but I mean, it depends on the meta. Some characters get buffed, some characters get nerfed, and that's just.
I mean, the amount of value
metas change
in terms of heal pressure and damage is crazy.
Kevster also was just getting.
Ooh, nice deflag. If that hit, that would have been cool.
By Kai, yeah, being halfway to ultimate is pretty astounding. And that's, you know, something that they were looking for, I think, on Sanctum. But once Kai lost that foothold and when Backbone started to really push that flank, it was very problematic. Another big dynamite. Look at this Ash ult charge.
Yeah, I mean, everybody kind of rolling together as a death ball, right? Kevster gives a good idea of where they're coming from, just kind of checking down there, and it's a big dynamite right away from Kai. He's going to have a bob when everybody else is at 50% of their ult.
Kai pressured to some degree, but healed up instantly. Backbone is very low, and this bob is particularly annoying for Space Station to try and counter. But Hardy actually just moves up to the wall that was thrown in front of him by Backbone, screening him away from the bob, and was able to push Kai up against it. Sky here, never coming back to solid ground after that.
See if ENCE can actually kind of keep this contested, right? See how much they can kind of farm out of this. It looks like obviously a losing fight. It'll be Vistola gets on and touch. You still have Kellex here. I believe Kepster still around the corner as well. Yep, there he goes. So you get a little bit of a percentage after, like, you know, 15% or so out of the point there towards the end. But SSG, they kind of get that May wall down, and then they make a play for Kai, get him out of the way. They're getting a little bit sneaky here, Mitch. Heading up, using that May wall boost, getting up to the high ground.
They can.
Does Twitch have better quality?
That'll be big. Space
what?
Station also didn't use any ultimates.
I think all the quality is the
during
same.
That elongated stagger, so they're no worse for sort of having that fight play out a little bit longer. Kai, great damage again, just the dynamite pressure to start the fight off. Such powerful ability.
Pretty sure it's the same.
That's not going to screen off too much though. Sparker sits back here, was hoping maybe for Kevster to show around the pillar, but the blade comes in.
Oh, Kevster. Sparker, bro.
Sparker able to outlast that orbital ray means that he can soak the damage and deal it back with interest. Oh man!
I mean, not just challenging the
Damn.
and Cassidy, right? That is an orbital ray and a rally going there. So I mean, really difficult to be able to.
Twitch has less delay. I feel like it has the same.
Go over. Okay.
Everything on YouTube is the same as my Twitch.
On everybody after,
that's how I have it in OBS.
Losing any ultimate there. Getting out of spawn is.
You know what's the funniest thing though? The funniest thing with my YouTube is that people on my YouTube say YouTube's better because it has less ads, but then every time I go over to look at YouTube, people complain about ads on YouTube. Did they do something with YouTube recently or something?
I feel like Space Station is totally okay with seeing this.
You'll get it if we get Village though, 100%.
I think
Hardy brought down there.
I think
you just respect the Cassidy presence from Sparker. What a huge pick there for ENCE, getting that Orisa first and foremost, and an attempt a little wrap around.
Yo, Space Station is doing really good. I don't know if it's because we're warmed up from the Twisted Minds game. They're actually cooking.
Yeah, just one more fight for SSG to be able to take this, right? They have a fight here that they can probably take, maybe try and get some ultimates out of ENCE, and then they would have a final fight. So you probably have 2 fights left here. Yeah.
If they can draw out anything, but it's more likely that ENCE build up there.
You like draw out like orbital ray?
Space Station want to build orbital
huge, right?
I think if they lose this fight, they're in deep trouble. Both teams are going to have that ray. Sparker steps up straight away. Vistola wants to push up wall there. Doesn't want to split anyone off. Kevster though. Okay.
That's a big result. That was a big result.
With the Terror Surge, the Deadeye there for Sparker gets very little. Vistola might be frozen, but there's nothing really that can be done by Space Station to hold this.
That was a big result, dude.
They had to go for it. ENCE equalize here on Nepal. We're headed to Village.
Good series, chat. Good series.
Orbital ray, like you were mentioning, and then they just kind of play for that one last fight, as opposed to maybe going a little bit faster, taking a fight, and then coming back in a faster fight there towards the end. So you get that final fight. Let's see though. This is a point where May has traditionally been really good, but also you can kind of like lock them into the point, right, and poke down with that Pharah if ENCE wants to, or potentially stay with this Genji. At least right now, Kepster still holding on to this Genji pick.
Okay, I do wonder if Hardy will commit to this Rumatra play. It could be, there's a couple cases, I think
Do they want to play fast,
so,
maybe?
Farah has to like drop a little low to contest and shoot the point sometimes. Vortex can actually just drag her to the ground. That's a really corner case situation, but we might actually see it play out here. It also pulls Farah from that little high perch, if I'm not mistaken, so keep an eye out for that. It'll be hard to spot.
Oh, those are some nice rockets that they were hitting.
Damage actually early on. They're trying to actually get out of that choke, and you see just the players just, I mean, just the amount of damage you can just put down in those chokes, really difficult to kind of keep sustained. As soon as Kepster knows there's like the support's weak in the corner, he just uses that dash, gets around it, puts a few rockets down. Both supports go away, and now live changes here for SSG is okay. So this is what they did the other day, right? Where they go to the Baptiste with the Juno. So like Christopher mentioned, felt like they had an opportunity the other day. I think they definitely did, right? You know, looking at that series, you know, it wasn't like
that Baptiste gun is actually pretty cool.
Plan, right? It's maybe
I like that little scope.
Situations a little bit differently. You're right in that series.
I wonder how much it is on the Tarkov market, on the flea market.
Landon here wants to take an off angle, which is not exactly common. That concussive blast could have been in there and then. Obviously, it's only Hardy that he can reliably heal, but that is his job. Mortality field for Hardy to, you know, subsist through this poke damage and then ideally put pressure down on the Farah with your relatively long-range hit scan damage. Kai's already down. Good start here for SSG. Wall was thrown up, but still ENCE will be able to break in and stop any early cap. Wouldn't want that to happen prematurely.
Sparker! Oh!
Sharpshooter is Sparker, though.
But I mean, ENCE got 50%.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean,
good flank, good flank. Israelite as well gifted 5 subs on YouTube. I appreciate Israelite.
That we see Kai.
Yo, massive.
Quite often come up with some big plays. That is a must-needed.
Oh, great. That was like a year ago, bro. Overwatch League is not a thing anymore.
They'll be able to set up at the high ground, right? With this amp matrix, potentially get some good use out of it.
Eyes on Kai here. No great dynamite angles. In fact, he himself is pretty susceptible if he walks out this way. It's being walled off. Pistola instead is the one that actually gets the wall.
Cool.
And it works perfectly.
I mean, amp matrix too.
Yeah, just another upside of having a look through that. Here. You give up the rally for it, but there's no one that actually really needs to be stunned by that sort of brig bash. So.
Yeah, I mean, the immortality field you're pretty happy with as well, right? It's not like that's just a throwaway ability, right? I know Ant Matrix, really it's just for, you know, Landon and Sparker. I mean, I guess you know, others can contribute into it, right? But they're probably not playing around it.
Wall.
Nice Maywall there. Forces you to break a lot of it.
The Soldiers just didn't take a lot of damage though. That's the reality. Here's the bomb inside the Blizzard. Frozen stiff there, of course. And Terror Surge used by Hardy. That extra durability helps, but it might not go far enough for him here. Kaido wants to take another angle. I think that wall is actually frustrating him. Lennon's immortality field keeps him alive through that Terror Surge.
I feel like if you're a new person to Overwatch and you're watching this tournament go on, you're probably like completely fucking lost on what's going on.
They've handled the Farah well enough that Kepster's had to switch.
You have to be.
Yeah, no, Vistola's going to make a change over to the Diva here as well. So this tells you they probably want to put a lot of pressure on that.
I feel like maybe that's why Overwatch
to help, you know, the
maybe Overwatch
situation as Landon now makes the change, right? So now
pro scene isn't like
it was clear this
watch that much like other games. Maybe it's
not as easy,
not very like new player friendly. Like Counter-Strike, obviously you could watch that. It's one team against one team.
Try and pull someone to point.
Easy.
He's really open to make it easier for Pistola, I think, just to control
or
that
Valorant.
Space by pulling a damage dealer out of the way.
I think that's Valorant. No, you have abilities,
very, very low there,
but it's still the same thing. 2 bomb sites or
here, no surprise, of
whatever.
Course, responding to Kepster's switch with alacrity. And Sparker again, there's no
wow,
pressure
Space
on the guy.
Station.
SSG, I'm pretty confident, all things considered.
I did not think Space Station was gonna take the first map. Jay, be prepared with clothes for negative 15 Celsius and a shit ton of snow. Also, shoes with something else and a flat bottom where you'll be on your ass 24/7.
However, these two teams feel a little bit more
I like being on my ass.
For some reason.
Yeah, opportunity here.
I'm fine. I think I'll be fine. Uh-oh, ENCE got the first kill on Sparker. Ooh, I feel like if you lost Sparker, you're probably gonna lose the fight. No, they capped out.
Despite this, SSG do start with point control. That's probably owing to that May wall they're able to put up there and have them sort of shield it off. And finding Sky here is pretty big. They have no reason to give this up. They definitely should contest it. But ENCE make the right call in focusing Landon down at the beginning of the engagement. So there's a flip midway through.
I mean, Space Station getting 24% after losing a person is actually really good though.
You see how aggressive
and they got the tank kill at the end.
Risa in the mix, right? And Vistola can just get into the other team's backline like Spear's been fortified, so difficult to take out. And then Kevster there on the Genji. With those two applying that much pressure, that opens up so much for Kai. Right, just landing those dynamites, and you see the Genji getting that high ground control right away.
Stoller also in playing Orisa and not chased today. Something worth bearing in mind as there was a little bit more of a rotation between the two of them in the past. Plenty of series to play though. There goes Kev, pushes in. Immediate deflect now as the rallies are being used. It's going to be a layering of support ultimates.
One thing I really want to see is the Northern Lights. I guess I can't see the Northern Lights in November in Stockholm, can I?
Have a huge advantage behind the bomb as well to contest this point. They're at
I really want to see the Northern Lights.
Blizzard here to dissuade anyone
That's
playing
a big nail.
orbit array, and it does work. It works really well, in fact.
Yeah, that type of works really well, right? They kind of catch Kellex. He doesn't have a bash to kind of get out of that blizzard. Is Vistola now caught here in harm's way? It'll be a blade in the back.
We're going for it.
Oh, he didn't get anyone with that blade.
Can't find any kills off of it. Sparker does go down to the Terra Surge of Vistola though, and ENCE still in control of the point. It's Backbone at least able to bring the Orisa down, but Funny Astro eventually was felled. Hardy here just trying to maintain position on the point with Backbone flanking him. It's definitely a chance.
Yo, these fights are just like all over the place.
And he takes Kellex down.
I can't believe ENCE actually lost that too. These fights are just so wild. It doesn't look like there's one group of fights. It looks like there's like 3 different fights going on at the same time.
Yeah, both supports alive there for ENCE as well. You just could not dislodge Hardy from the point. Just too difficult to take down that Orisa. Once they get rid of Kai with both supports there, just not enough damage, not able to do so.
I mean, one Orisa is worth 2 of any other role, as we sort of see there. So Hardy staying alive and Vistola going down so early in the fight. You can see the kind of disparity it can cause. So one fight in this now. It's going to be the bob thrown to the point here, straight through. Wall as well coming up here. Vistola's got nowhere to go. Kellex is low, and the Dynamites from Sparker are really going to mount this pressure. Hardy does not have to extend any further than this.
This is a crazy first point.
Investing in a one Flashpoint.
And Space Station took it, bro. These fights are insane. They're literally going down to the last.
So they end up kind of throwing the.
Oh, he lived. Wow, the last second.
I mean, SSG, they get that first Flashpoint, and they have both support ultimates going into the next one. Set up in a fantastic position to get this second Flashpoint as well.
That is the main difference there for Space Station. That initial wall thrown up, it's split.
SSG is looking real good right now, bro.
You can see Vistola's character just trying to back up.
I know I'm rooting. I know I said ENCE might win, but I might need to change my vote, chat.
And that strategy is almost as valid here. That small doorway does mean you can get around if there's a wall thrown in, but it's pretty inconvenient, and it's quite the choke to funnel yourself into. So
Vistola, I think, is dead.
For a time, but he's very low and he's going to have to give it up. Wall
I thought he was going to die there.
So again, good pressure generated by Space Station off of Backbone's May walls here. Bob, though, will start the contest, but the May wall here means that Space Station can sort of, match this without having to take that Bob damage. They want to push off of it now. It's Funny Astro with an orbital rain again. Landon going to throw the rally in. Space Station value this fight so highly. They want to throw both support ultimates at it, but Kellex has a rally of his own. Here comes the blade for Kevster now, and I'm pretty sure Kellex is aware he needs to shut this down, but it's a lot to ask for.
He's not getting a lot of value from these blades, man.
There's no escape for Landon.
Yeah, everything thrown in there for ENCE. They realize that SSG.
I don't know, chat.
They need to as well, because you end up losing that. It's going to be, what?
Why is Genji even played? Probably for cleaning up and baiting out abilities and cooldowns.
In terms of the amount of flashpoints.
Maybe that's what he's comfortable on against what they're running.
Not much to work with here. Orbital ray available here for Sky.
Kev stick and poke, be a nuisance here. This point really good for Genji in that sense. Obviously without Sparker, this means that ENCE can really start to extend this lead Space Station, they're not guaranteed to be able to escape. They just need to wait for the reinforcement.
I like how Kevster just got booped and took some damage, but he's already back to full health. That's what you call good healers.
Space Station is down to 4.
I wish I had those healers. As soon as they take like an ounce of damage, I'm already full health.
And that's Sky for 2. This is disastrous for Space Station. They won't have any more time to contest this point.
And you just see how annoying that Genji is. There's no way for them to really interact with Kevster. He's constantly putting pressure on to land in there, you know, landing Shoguns from the side there on the rest of the team, and then big dynamite from Kai.
I do feel like Tracer might be a little better than the Genji though, but I don't know. Tracer could probably get almost one-tapped by the Mei and the Ashe.
Get to middle map so they can try and be the first to the next Flashpoint, but it breaks rather favorably for Space Station.
I don't know, we'll see. I feel like the next blade is going to be fat.
Regardless, these two teams will be poised to meet in the middle. Space Station get to play out on the ground in the open.
Jay, are you specifically sitting in this pose to show your juicy arms? No.
Obviously, still a lot.
Actually, it's a lot healthier for you when you're gaming to like put your arms above your head for a little bit. Let the blood come down. You know what I'm saying? Let the blood go back in your heart.
Did the other day, right, against ENCE, where early on, I think it was Space Station coming out on top, but then after that, it felt like ENCE, maybe just everything goes right that day, and Space Station plays everything kind of wrong, and today we're coming back on a little bit more even footing.
Like I said, chat, I always repeat this to you guys. Sitting is the new smoking. Make sure if you guys are gaming for a long time or sitting for a long time, get up, walk around your room, go to the bathroom, walk to the fridge. Get up, man. Don't get blood clots, chat. That ain't funny.
Nicely done by Pistola to negate that ultimate. Now the Duelist is going to swirl those javelins, and Pistola comes off second best. Hardy.
And never mind, the blade wasn't. I mean, the blade baited out some ults.
Yeah, for ENCE, this one is a non-starter.
Can you please start streaming more Ashe so I can stop watching Warren?
Obviously has rally, but gets a dash onto Kevster, like knocks him back, and then when Kevster comes back in yet again, whip shot, just 2 for 2 connecting on the Genji. So obviously rally keeping everything topped up when that Genji blade is coming, but also doing a nice job on the Brig, landing those abilities. That's just knock Kevster back constantly. Make sure he gets absolutely nothing with that.
You're playing up against a Brig that's locked in. It's very, very hard to do your thing as Genji. Kevster can't even look at Space Station right now without taking about 90 damage per second. Here comes Backbone. It's a little risky. He does have to ice block here as Kevster hits the...
No one's looking at him. He's just building ult charge and getting free shots.
He'll just be a nuisance. He'll look for low health players set up by Kai's dynamites or the damage in general.
He almost got the Mei too.
We saw there was an opportunity on Backbone, but Kevster doesn't want to overextend for it here. ENCE do need to make something happen here, though, folks. I'm going to give it to you straight. They're running out of time on this Flashpoint, and Pistola is getting very, very low. They might just let this one go, in fact. I think they're a little indecisive.
No way, Space Station.
Well, you know, one thing there that definitely noticed is they're putting a lot of pressure on Vestola. Like, onto the point, you know, Kellex moves directly behind Hottie. Doesn't even really look at him. Doesn't even really care about the Brig. Just really focusing on putting pressure on that Arisa on the front line, getting the advantage, right? Vestola has
I'm getting my mind blown right now, bro. I thought ENCE was gonna like 4-1 this or 3-1 this. Sorry, 4-0 this.
Another player. So Space Station doing a great job taking that Flashpoint.
Is this a best of 3? No, it's a best of 7. So first to
nothing
4.
in that fight. Where
whoever
now
wins
this
4
is a
wins.
huge one coming up, right? 10 ultimates pretty much on the board here, coming into a must-win Flashpoint for ENCE.
ENCE, though, don't even have a stacked deck in their favor with Space Station sitting on 5 ultimates. That last 5 for ENCE might be more disastrous than we first thought. Pistola wants to break them up a little bit with Bob coming over on towards the point here, but he's going to be forced away himself. Kellex and Kevster trying to peek from that left-hand side now, and some of those ultimates are going to become pretty relevant. Here's the Terror Surge. Kellex trying to dash out of it. Sky, though, takes a face full of damage to it. But Bob and Blade go to work for ENCE. They get rid of Hardy and Sparker. And now that Blizzard for Kevster is mostly circumvented. He, though, surrounded with Pistola out of the picture. And Kellex low, they have to wait. Kellex is needing the support passer to come online, and Kevster might have to get a heal pack, if anything. Instead, he gets a slap in the face and a kick out the backside.
Not just a lot of really tanky heroes here available.
When I look at Brig gameplay, I just feel like I'm watching a cafeteria lady, bro, just fling her spatula, slapping people around.
So even after that massive ult from both sides, just the survivability there for SSG, able to come out on top.
They have to go for this again, and they're trying to be quick about it, but the dynamite will slow them up. We had basically 10 ultimates in the last fight. Here we have 0. Frustrating for ENCE as they definitely aren't able to find windows where they can just hit Q and have a big advantage fundamentally. Decent poke on Backbone combined with that dynamite will force Space Station to let ENCE onto the point. But Vistola takes so much of his health in order to do so. Shield bash there doesn't quite connect. Lana was looking to knock Kevster back once more and get some free healing, but it wasn't to be. Kellex in their face again, more dynamite starting to find their toll, I guess. And Vistola can he back away? Again, caught out. This wall that's thrown up by Space Station protects them for the rest of ENCE and allows them to deal with the Orisa. This might be done for ENCE. They do have ultimates coming up, but do they have the chance to use them?
Oh, Backbone with a sick headshot as Kai's going to go in through the air there. That might be enough to swing it, right? Are you even going to get this Ashe back in the fight? A few players going to get staggered out.
93 and counting now. ENCE have to make the play. Kevster needs to look for a blade. He dashes in, gets the deflect, but he's already used that cooldown. Knocked away. Wall in his face, gonna buy some time as Vistola again takes half his health in damage in order to get
bro,
there.
come on, no, ENCE, don't go out like this, bro.
ENCE can't really contest this. Bob also gonna help out here in Space Station of every ultimate they need. And
Space Station is just the stronger team, dude. Space Station is just the stronger team.
Done for ENCE is gonna be
damn, I feel bad for ENCE, bro. This was ENCE map pick, dude. And they got 3-1 in their map pick, bro.
ENCE obviously going to make some changes once the spawn doors open.
I do think like a scary thing for this comp to play against is like a Widow out of spawn from the attackers. You know, Kevster obviously is not going to stick on this most likely, but we've seen crazier things before. Safara for Kevster, Kai on the Ashe. This is very much ENCE's bread and butter, and it had better be the answer.
Okay, sorry, chat. I'm back.
Yeah, you don't win with this.
I had to be a nurse for a second.
Many paths to victory, right? So now it'll be kind of a Space Station's response, right?
Yo, Christo, pretty much 10 months.
Play against this is Kevster just trying to put some damage down on that high ground, make it very difficult for Sparker to hold those positions. You see, he's already dropped down.
It is working in that sense. Kai, though, is still getting poked down to some
I am actually very excited that we went to King's Row.
Stuck Vistola in position there. He actually was unable to move. But also hard to see, so Space Station could just blow up the Orisa, and the Juno healing will get him there. And we try it again. Vistola wants to pull in. Here's another.
I love King's Row. Hey, how you doing? Oh, it's because I have plastic, huh?
Oh, he's actually like, you can see his feet here. Yeah, so he's actually just getting.
This cat likes eating plastic for some reason.
Like, you know,
or chewing on it.
Place horizontal, like just kind of straight through those chokes. I mean, they're so annoying. I mean, look at this. If Vistola, you can see his legs hit again.
They've got to deal with Kevster though. That is a little bit concerning. They've allowed him to get in, so elsewhere, Sparker needs to generate some advantage. Vistola's finally broken through, folks. ENCE taking their sweet time.
Nice shot.
Goodness, that is filth. Backbone rounds the corner, pins Sky to the masonry, but Kevster gets in there and at least makes it a 1-for-1, and elsewhere Spark is down. So Space Station definitely running out of options here. 2 supports in Orisa. They can stall, but instead they look to give it up.
Yes, it's you're going to have to give this up if you're SSG. And the one thing as well, you know, remember how we were talking about in the previous map, right? They were doing a great job just putting a lot of damage down on Vistola early. You're going to lose that tank damage battle, right? When you have now, when it's like Genji versus Mei, it's like
what is the motivation for OWCS players? Really, what is the motivation for pro players and anyone that's in competition?
Even favor towards the Mei. But now that
probably money.
Mix, I mean, that is an
and they want to make a name for themselves, maybe.
Reinhardt,
and to win, or maybe they're just very competitive.
Definitely feels like it's an edge here.
What are you opening? This is like a little yogurt drink. Do you guys ever do this? It's like a little yogurt drink.
So the wall comes down, but yeah, the card is close
enough.
Yo,
Dante with the massive 10 get this up. Absolutely insane. Massive W.
Backbone, so this Bobby's going to get to do his work and force a complete scatter here for Space Station. Hardy has to ult there just to stay alive. Brutal.
Yeah, he's getting some protection there from Landon. It'll be a blizzard that follows up the orbital ray.
Okay, stays inside Ice Block for just long enough. Vistola going to pop out of that Terror Surge now. Bob also helping a lot in that corner. Funny Astro going for the orbital ray, but he is
one of the things that they're doing nowadays is pro players actually, there's a lot of college teams. People go to college for free sometimes, and even sometimes get paid. So I mean, that's good. Not paying for college? Hey.
Yeah, so this is pretty similar to what we saw them do in early on in the series. We saw them do it the other day as well.
Jay, are you gonna ever bring out more J3 G Fuel cups? No, I haven't been with G Fuel in like 3 years, bro.
More pressure onto Kevster at range, right? With the Brig, there's not many heroes that can actually interact with him up in the sky, and that's going to have him switch over to the Genji. So I wonder if Lando will actually just, he's going to go back.
That's a probiotic yogurt drink, helps with taking shits. Wait, is that all?
Yeah, and it's one that favors the
I thought it was supposed to help your stomach.
Can make these switches easier, but ENCE also have the
And like
on their side. So this is
gut
where
health.
SPACESTATION are at their strongest. Baptiste does not want to play against Genji. You do not want that. It's a throw. Atlanta makes the right choice with a bit of mystery heroes briefly. But who comes up here to challenge Kai? There isn't really much of an option. And Funny Astro loses his safe haven on that little corner there of the cul-de-sac. If that Ash starts to peek through like that.
Yeah, which says Sparker actually just kind of.
He is coming out with his new Tampax line though. Where's my guards? Can I get a ban?
Funny Astro dancing with the orbital ray as Vestola will fall, but maybe that's good enough for ENCE, right? You get SPACESTATION on their back foot. They end up using the orbital ray. You come back with a ultimate. You feel you can get some big value add for ENCE with your own orbital ray plus Bob. They really just gonna have everything here for this next fight. They're just kind of dumb. So Vestola going in deep, gets that orbital ray out. Feels like that's enough of a fight win there because you got a lot of time.
For SPACESTATION, a one old fight win probably seems fine to them. It is an important ultimate, but they're going to use it at some point to reach.
Remember, chat. So let's go SPACESTATION.
You're going to have Blizzard to stall too.
I want SPACESTATION to win.
Sky has to reload here. Dangerous. Kelly's gets brought down. Just the Sky couldn't throw any healing out of the time. Kevster falls down, but Bob is able to deal with Hardy. Vestola again can't get rid of Backbone, but that Bob is in such a good spot. Now it's just Backbone plus Brig to try and hold things out here. And Lando's able to find Sky despite that. Vestola can clean up here, but with only a couple players, you're not guaranteed to cap. You actually have to back up on this.
No, and that's a sick shot there from Sparker coming out of spawn. You also have Hottie now going over the Diva, so he's going to be able to get a touch. And because that pick, do you even have to use this Bob here? As Sparker does have the Bob, I think he's trying to hold on to it.
Yo, let's go SPACESTATION! Come on!
Now they turn this into a catch as
Dezu,
well.
pretty much at 10 months.
Eventually that shield is going to run low, but Kellex has to rally to get them out.
They rally to run away. I mean, this is good for SPACESTATION. I mean, you've already burned 2+ minutes off the clock. Hottie's got to get back in spawn. Yeah, I mean, he's got to switch.
Between getting his mech back by Bunny Blaster or switching heroes. Either way, it puts him out of the fight for a long time, and it's Malgan time, folks.
Malgan time!
Straight to the point instantly, but Backbone's taken down by Vestola. And Hardy, you'll notice there's no one around him to benefit from that cardiac overdrive except little old him. Suzu now thrown down as Landon switched to the Kiriko, but this is just pure stall at this point. And ENCE have almost 2 minutes still to play with.
Could have been way worse, though, right? I mean, ENCE is round in that corner.
What was that? What was that by Matt Mr. X?
Gets it down here to what? A minute 58. So.
Wait, just joined. They all have been
not something Chris probably going to talk about how awesome that was.
Yeah,
right?
basically
in terms of their overall defense. But
it helps with the micro. That's what I was thinking.
Now let's see on defense.
Jay, are you a full-time streamer? Yes, I'm an online male entertainer during the day, but I'm just a male entertainer by night. I have 2 different jobs.
We have seen Farah played on D here. Yeah, obviously your sideline's a little bit more limited. I definitely think you want to play it on the second phase of the map regardless.
What's up, Butte?
Yes.
But here out of the gates, there's a case you can make for the Genji play for sure.
And you also see them playing a lot of Genji early on in the series. This is really the first thing we saw them commit to the Pharah for a lot of their offense, and it looked great, right? So you see SPACESTATION actually Landon hovering over the Baptiste. Probably thinks it's going to be Pharah on defense. I imagine he goes the Brig when he sees it's the Genji.
It costs
They're probably just kind of telling him, yeah.
So no Pharah. Now SPACESTATION know the comp that ENCE are playing with. Batco can obviously cross this divide with a May wall and wants to set everybody up to use that bridge. He can just jump now. So Backbone set up here with Hardy. Stoller obviously stands in.
I wonder what they're going to do right here. This is actually pretty cool.
He's getting as good as he gives it. You are such a
finest deliver.
He is a troll.
I can't believe I missed.
Backbone knocked to the low ground here. Not the worst thing because he falls back to a mega.
Can't believe I missed my mouth, man.
I wonder where Hardy is. That's kind of my question. He might be contested. Oh no!
That is a good wall. Look at that.
Right now, Matt. He's stuck here for the whole duration.
And he's going to lose all his armor as well. He's going to lose all his armor. Are they going to get a tick? It looks like Kepster jumped down. Yeah, okay, so they got a tick out of this. And look at this. This Maywall's got him like locked in the
Is Jay reading YouTube chat today? No.
He's got to break 2 panels of it to get out.
Oh my god, Backbone. And he can go up and do it again. He is trying to basically make the high ground non-viable for ENCE to play from. But they've dropped low anyway. Here's Kai with the off angle. The dynamite comes in as the orbiter ray sends ENCE barreling forward towards Space Station, and a clean fight is won.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, now the Genji is popping, chat. Okay, I need to stop eating these, or I'm gonna get.
Allows Sky to build up towards that orbital ray rather quickly, just farming the reset up on the high ground. And fortunate there for ENCE, they only actually give up one tick, right? Kepster able to do a decent job there, keeping it contested for periods of time.
You know,
I guess they're already priced.
I wish all my comp games were like this very competitive and this very like team coordinated, but it's never like that. When I watch OWCS and when I like scrim, when I used to scrim and play games, it's always so much fun. But when you play ranked, it's just so dumb. Because no one wants to try.
Is able to just find
or people, or you get one trick Junkrat or Symmetra players on your team.
Just has a great sense of where to aim, like with that projectile, and always seems to be able to come up with some huge picks. That's funny, Astro. Really no
revive Overwatch. What, my team? I can't. My team is a bunch of like old guys that are, you know, playing bingo now and drinking their prune juice and going to bed at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm the only one that's like that wants to play. Oh, and I guess apply.
Kai's pop gets cleared. Sparkers hangs around for quite some time and gives Space Station a staging ground here. ENCE have had to give a little bit of ground. Pistola, I think, had that ultimate forced out of him, and Hardy uses the ice block of backbone to body block, or to break line of sight from that Terror Surge, and he gets Kellex for free. That is a devastating little interaction there for ENCE.
Yeah, Pistola doesn't have
make a team with chat. I'm sorry, but I'm not trying to be dedicated to something that I'm just gonna lose in the first round. Sorry.
Forced to use Terror Surge there, just to get a fortify and some healing, give himself an opportunity to stay alive. As the Space Station does end up using orbital ray there, but they will have rally.
I'm pretty sure 98% of my chat has never scrimmed before there in their life.
Through here from ENCE. We'll see if actually you get anything with this blade, right? Landon's done a great job throughout the series neutralizing the effects of it.
That blade kept held on to in the last fight now, at his fingertips once more. That's the orbital ray difference here. There probably will be a lockdown for ENCE.
Oh, that's a huge blade. That's good though. They popped blade and got a rally out.
The more effective option. Triple stun there from Landon, and they get Pistola for
that's bad.
They didn't even have to use the orbital ray, which Sky, of course, has committed to try and give ENCE a fight win. Another disastrous turn of events for the defenders.
Yeah,
oh, poor Kellex was just running back and he just fell over because someone shot him in the backbone.
So that'll be the second checkpoint here for SSG, but it's a big stun and then a dynamite that comes through from Sparker. So you were talking a little bit about the beginning of the series, right? You know, with this you know, hit scan head-to-head matchup, you know, Kai and Sparker starting to really come alive now on the Ash.
I always said that ENCE need Kai to be a huge impact player in this series. They cannot rely on Kepster to make the difference, especially now that Landon is, you know, hero swapping just to counter the impact of the Pharah. In general, Kellex gets popped up there.
Let's go Space Station, come on!
And of course Space Station know that Kepster's playing for that little window, but they don't need to do anything about it just yet. They're almost at the end of the map with a bigger time bank potentially than ENCE could muster. Pistola walled off, has to get around, but they've lost Sky already. This is an utter capitulation, a collapse.
Yo, dude, just to remind you guys, ENCE against Space Station already happened, and ENCE beat Space Station. Now this is a rematch in the finals because Space Station won in the lower bracket, and now they are blowing ENCE's back out. They are blowing their back out. If they win this game, it's 3-0. The only way ENCE can win is if they reverse sweep.
Space Station just roll through second part of the map, clean through the ending as well. So ENCE has to be a little bit surprised.
Is it a best of 5? It's a best of 7.
They set a pretty good time there, rolling on their
also Space, what are you saying, bro?
Looked pretty poor.
When are the J3 branded condoms coming out? What?
Far the entire time, defense are playing a lot of Genji, and you know, it ends up being a win there for SSG.
If it's WE limb, so if Space Station wins, they have to play again, right? No, this is the finals. There's no lower bracket right here. This is the lower bracket already happened.
At least in, you know, situations and maps that tend to benefit there. You understand maybe why the Genji is an option. But we kind of discussed it, like maybe you can switch to Pharah for that second phase of the map on defense. For whatever reason, ENCE never really had the chance to collect themselves, right? They had 2 fights that went horribly wrong for them, back to back. It's kind of what gets us to the Foundry in the first place. So yeah, we got to run this back. It's, you know,
What are you laughing
so
at?
excited about a two-minute time bank now. It's doesn't look that great.
True.
And the one thing I was considering, you know, and I don't actually think you'd do it, but like, is there a world in which SSG would have played like the Baptiste on defense to kick things off, right?
Just to sort
Like
of
force them.
You can't.
Like get them away, but then I feel like the Genji becomes like, would you take your chances like having to deal with the Genji with the Bap rather than the Pharah here? The Pharah does take a little bit longer to develop sometimes, right?
Yesterday I
with
found
2
out that your
minutes,
name
there's
isn't
not
Jay
a
and I
lot
cried in my
of
bedroom
time
for
to,
6
like, get off the
hours.
clock, so to speak.
Yeah, you're suggesting a hedge.
Bro, everyone has gamer names.
The brig is the safer hedge overall. These walls, man. Pistola is just not having it today. He's not a fan of this. So punishing. Kai's down. All right. Space Station.
When is Blizzard gonna rework Kings Row? What? Never say that again. Why would Blizzard rework Kings Row? Kings Row's the best map. You don't need to change perfection.
So creative.
Are you on drugs?
So there was a player on the point there contesting for a little bit for ENCE, but they don't even get a tick, right? So Sparker kind of holds that position there with
Your name's not Jay? Is your name not FNO_Blitz290? I don't think that's your name.
Are they going to go 0-3 down in this EMEA Grand Final?
Yeah, I think
Yesterday I saw someone's name, Stepsister Stuck Uwu69. Do you think that's their real name?
no, the real star.
Even Danny said it was a 4-3 for SSG. I think the takeaway is that everyone thought this game would be close. This isn't close. Well, hasn't been.
Come on, ENCE, you guys gotta cap at least first, bro. Please cap at least first. Oh, this is a good angle. This is actually a really good angle for him.
Like a bunch of molars just masticating him before he can touch. He's going to drop down here very much alone inside the middle of that Terror Surge. Damage is acceptable here, but Pistola...
Oh, that's big, that's big. Oh, wait. Come on, get a tick, get a tick. Come on, ENCE. At least, okay, good. Now this is a fight, chat. Now this is a fight. If they would have not gotten a tick, I would have felt so bad.
To use those, so you can combo some of these ultimates and go on in. Landon takes a huge shot there, and he's able to get the rally off.
Helix, that's unreal. Backbone just hits it with a right click. Pistola now going to get popped out of mech here, and I don't think ENCE get any more for their trouble. Kai's going to get run down. He's been muted.
Damn, yo. ENCE can still win this. It is 2 minutes and 48 seconds. All they have to do is just hold.
I mean, they are just clutching up today, playing on another level. No, ENCE obviously takes the series the other day. SSG, they come in today with a lot of confidence, even in that loss. They feel like they can bounce back in a huge way. 2:48 on the clock, only need 53% really on the point to give themselves a 3-0 lead, a commanding lead in a 1-4 series, right? I mean, a lot would have to go wrong for it to go the other way. ENCE, I mean, we need to kind of run the table. Feels like you take a lot of the confidence, potentially in, for ENCE, right? Being able to win the series out of the game if you win this one.
Space Station do like to slow roll this point 8 in general. They take their time, but the key interaction is going to be, as it has been, Backbone versus Pistola on the high ground. Those sort of lengthways walls that get thrown up really allow Space Station to set up on that platform above Pistola there, because the wall can't be broken. So it's like a good 6 or so seconds of just getting to use that platform for free and start to poke down at Kevster, poke away at Kai. Space Station, though, still, they take a long time to get point 8. That's something that needs to be borne in mind. 2:48, they have to hope that's enough. It's not just one tick. It's one tick and change they need.
Well, wait, what were the first 2 maps played? First 2 maps were played were Nepal and
This is the same
Survasa.
Remember how annoying Backbone was here for Pistola up on the high ground. They get Backbone to the high ground here to deal with Pistola, and they drop Hottie low.
Pistola has to play to the left here and drop to the point preemptively. He gives up that ground, though. Now Backbone could poke from this position. Sky is
nice. Come on, ENCE. Come on, ENCE.
Trying to get the healing over to
nice
Backbone,
wall.
Wall comes up here. Sky's forced to play back behind it. Pistola a little isolated on the point, but Hardy doesn't have the healing infrastructure to keep him here. Now Backbone needs to decide if he's going to hang around on that high ground.
I mean, I don't think there's a way he gets out, right? How does he actually get out of there? Is he's going to use the May wall to just kind of keep himself alive. And now that the healers are back, they're going to go right back in.
Almost 1 tick of progress here.
No, you can't give him a tick, bro. You can't give him a tick. You can't give him a tick. Oh, that's bad, bro. You can't give... You gotta touch it. Touch it. Touch it.
But he's too low for this. Landon's trying to get in there, trying to get some value out of those Inspire procs, but he's low as well. But he's an orbital ray. It has to be now, potentially, unless you want to disengage and wait for Backbone. That's the option for Space Station. But if they're going to do that, they have to get out alive. Vistola's not giving him any space to breathe with. They're going to go with the ray now. Here they come.
Dude, this is basically last fight. If they can't give a half a tick, chat. Half a tick, bro. Not even a full tick.
Close to a blade. Here's the Terror Search from Hardy. Disruptive now as he pulls everyone in, but Landon doesn't have the chance to use his rally.
Dude, the healing and the DPS and everything that's going on here. Oh, he's going to use Blade. No, he has Blade for the next fight. Oh, is he going to get the kill? Oh, he didn't get the kill, though. Oh, he might be fucked. No, his horse is coming to... Oh, he's still got fucked, but they did get the tank. They got the trade. But Space Station has the closer spawns, chat. Last fight, Space Station almost has 3 ults. ENCE only has 2. I think Space Station wins this. They have Brig ult. ENCE doesn't have any support ult here. It's up to Kevster to see if he gets a fat blade. Wait, where did they throw the other Bob at?
Bob of his own into the backside. Hard to see if that's gotten value. Sparker, his Bob doing so much work.
Yeah.
Down on the pointy for Backbone, and now Kevster's
wow.
Looks like a butter knife. Space Station, take another.
Space Station 3-0 ENCE right now. ENCE has to reverse sweep in order to win. If ENCE doesn't win a single map, I'm gonna be disappointed, chat. They beat Space Station. Actually, this is a good story. ENCE beat Space Station already. Space Station probably reviewed their mistakes, came back, and are demolishing. I don't know. Space Station looked really strong. Actually, no. Space Station lost on this map against Twisted Minds. So maybe ENCE can take this map, chat. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Let's see, Kai. The Sonic's gonna come out, and they're gonna be like, okay, so what do we got going on?
Does the
Sonic not actually connect with?
Oh no, no, no.
Goes down to low ground. They don't see EMEA, and they still continue to go, but it's the Sombra here.
Watching you and the NFL, nice, Dad.
High ground, so Kevster here obviously can do pretty well against the Sombra. You know, the hacks are tough for Sombra to guarantee on the Genji. On Vistola, though, not so much. Definitely a little bit hard for this Orisa to play in the front line.
This is actually a really good hold. Chat, if you ever guys want to have a good hold on Junkertown, this is a good hold to do.
Yeah, you know, against Twisted Minds, obviously they don't need to play this because they already have things kind of situated. It feels like in a way.
They wasted 1 minute and the cart didn't even leave their spawn. Now they're going to be able to have another fight before
from Space Station
before the end.
So they have just had a reluctance to play hit scan on this map, like an Ashe or a Widow. It's really been a Spark or rather Tracer or Cassidy here. They're going to want to take another close fight yet again. Get this Reinhardt into position.
In a decent place for Hardy to post up on the corner.
Jake telling us an esport play is good. No shit. Oh, shut up, idiot. I was explaining it, you dumbass.
Quickly going the direction of
You're probably silver. Get out of my chat. This is a top 500 only chat.
Opportunity to find Sky. Hardy back to the card straight away. Deadeye now developed here for Sparker. Obviously, Vistola is a bit of a problem, but Hardy is just going to ignore this and go elsewhere. Sparker can't get out of the Terror Surge. It takes a lot of damage, but Kai and Kellex are down. What a pin from Hardy. And Sparker gets loose.
Calling me a dumbass, come fight me? Yeah, shut up.
Gonna get staggered out here
arm wrestle me. 1v1. Arm wrestle me with our third leg. I'll win.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you get packed. I mean, this is going to go on forever.
Devious. Absolutely devious.
That is a brutal scenario to be in there if you are.
No, I'm fighting with you two right now. You shut up. No, you shut up.
To this point, right?
My dad can beat up your dad.
We've seen them do that, right? Where you play the Reinhardt on one side, and then you can play like I know in the past on the opposite side and just contest it underneath the bridge. It gets a little bit further, so they're not able to play from that position. They win another fight though, and may end up getting back into that territory.
Did you guys ever use that when you were a kid in school? Yeah, well, you know what? My dad can beat up your dad. Nice High Noon.
Easy kill. And that, of course, was Backbone holding the EMP as well.
Yeah, it's actually Hadi actually gets a shatter that connects with Vistola, so he doesn't have like spear spin or anything to dodge potentially that Deadeye coming on through. So that's a kill there. That sets that.
I'm bottom top 500. Does that count? Yeah, that's fine.
Even more importantly, right, Backbone with this EMP, right? You try and go for a blade or any of these support ultimates, you hit by an EMP.
Okay, sorry chat. I was let's go back to this game.
Players low, they would have been revealed, of course. The Backbone, here's that EMP. Vistola obviously just tanks that.
You know what?
Do the same. Buddy Astra will go down to the blade of Kevster here now. The orbital ray in.
I was just about to say, you know what? I think ENCE is probably going to get full held, and you know what? I'm fine with that because Space Station Gaming actually they look like they deserve this win. They've been cooking. They've been cooking.
Landon has a rally, but how hard will it be to keep Backbone alive? Here's that rally now. No shield bash used from the back of that, and Landon would have had to use it to escape, so that's not great. Well, rally goes for very little here unless Sparky can find something they need.
Oh, they're gonna cap first. Yep. At least.
I think that bled clock pretty well with that checkpoint coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they get the clock all the way down, right? So, still a really good defense there on point A for SSG. Potentially there, right? I know the.
Oh my God! What the hell, Pity Large? I hope that kid's in jail now. Someone said in elementary school, this kid in my class told another kid that his dad, who was an avid hunter, would kill the other kid's dad and hang his head on the wall. What the fuck, bro? What kind of school did you go to? Was that prison? Were you in prison as a kid?
We're on the lookout for happy little skulls, but Sparker is unlikely to see them. The car wash there gives a licking to ENCE as they try and come out of that mega room down there, and Sparker has a good viewing angle at least. But he's not able to clean up Kai.
Christian school? You went to a Christian school, and that's what they said?
The high ground here kind of conceded to SSG. Is Vistola trying to get up there? They're going to use the Bob as well. Sparker in a world of trouble gets knocked up.
But Kai does go down, and Hardy's shield here is huge against the Bob. He will use all of it though. Shatter, it's big. Kevster and Vistola both get caught, so Hardy's able to turn around and deal with the Genji straight away. What a charge!
Wow, Hadi.
Bigger than ever as well. Vistola's going to fall here to the rally. Yet Landon pops the ultimate here. Knows he can win that fight.
And this is pretty toxic even for the Genji to work into, right? The Sim, although Sim a bit squishy with obviously got the rally and then the healing of the Juno orbital ring. Very difficult and tanky to take down that Sim. And the Sim wall, like we saw the other day, right? I believe it was like SRP check. They were able to do some really nice things, almost guaranteed fight wins with that ultimate, and SSG has it here.
Yes, it is. It is degenerate. Very hard for Kevster to do anything. Although, we've got some big support ultimates coming up here. Hardy, I think, knows that he's trying to disengage, but he's not going to get out of here alive. Funny Astro hoped to save him with the orbital ray, but they at least get Kai. Can they convert this into something more?
Are they going to commit the blade?
Actually dominate that high ground position of
They're not committing the blade.
This is terrifying.
Sparker is popping off, bro. For a second there, it looked like he was walling. I was like, what the fuck? But I think when you get, Oh! Well, no, you should have used that blade so much earlier, bro!
And SPACESTATION are going to stop ENCE in their tracks.
Bro!
Second phase.
When it was a 3v3 after everyone died and all the ults kind of wore off, he could have bladed and went against the sim wall. The blade goes through sim wall.
This map, so you probably were like, okay, these are the types of things we're going to see, and you see something completely different, right? I mean,
that's what I'm saying, Nick.
Reinhardt, Sombra stuff. You got the sim back in the mix. It's a completely different look here for SSG. Within what, 30 minutes, right? I mean, we just saw them play this 30 minutes ago, and none of these heroes really kind of out there on the field.
Is ENCE locked in for Sweden? I feel like both teams are locked in for Sweden because this is the grand finals. I think they've got enough points to make it to the grand finals. Yeah.
Every point throughout this series, with some brief exceptions on that first map of the series.
Oh, that's probably why Kevster's throwing. Whoa! Yo, the difference between first place and second place is $15,000. So I don't think they would. Ah, my elbow!
So this setup here for ENCE would lead you to believe they're not going to play close, right? They're going to give up that card at the beginning. They're going to give up the space here.
Ow, man.
To SSG.
Will it be Kevster again called onto bail ENCE out of a disaster? Or can Kai take the map over on Widowmaker? There's not a lot of buffer, there's not a lot of room to breathe here for ENCE. Once they lose that first checkpoint, they're in dire straits in a space station walk out on a Rhine comp. It's going to be harder for this Widow.
Jay, have you ever played for a team like this? Did I used to play pro? Yes, back in the day when I had hair. Not anymore. I'm a streamer now.
Yeah.
I sit back and watch them play with chat.
With the Cassidy, so nothing really to challenge Kai at range, right? No dive tank. It's really just Backbone on the Sombra. You see Kai just kind of shooting there, maybe even spy checking just a little bit, trying to see, yeah, where Backbone potentially is. Backbone can give a ton of information here to the rest of SSG. The problem with Tracer in the past is that to cross the map to get where she needs to be, she takes damage and she can be headshot. Backbone here can just emerge and deal with Kai. He's looking at that mini though and knows that Kai's
how's your day going? Pretty fun. We're just sitting. I like days like this where I just chill with chat and we just watch the pro games. I'm actually I like it.
Like Sparker is in kind of effective range, right? Of the Widowmaker, not now, right? Because you're backing up.
Also, ENCE is taking more of a normal standard, you know, hold, while Space Station was, you know, doing the crazy strats.
That medium range.
Backbone gets in again. This time might be looking at Sky as a potential option, but either way, Kelix turns around, throws a heal pack, and then bashes you, so it's pretty scary. Misses the virus as well, so Backbone's got to get out, but oh my goodness! In the meantime, ENCE turn away from Hardy.
Yeah,
back on the ocean.
I'm sorry, but ENCE, I feel like if ENCE was in the lower bracket, they would have probably lost to Twisted Minds. Space Station is just they're just cooking right now, chat.
Uses the pin, gets right to the back line, and I mean they are just caught completely off guard. As we're gonna move away from Widowmaker here for Kai over to Ash. It's gonna be the sim yet again here for SSG as they
I don't know. I feel
further to go.
like when you're watching the grand finals, the last grand like finals like this shouldn't be a 4-0, bro. Because
Caps are just poking now. They're really trying to abuse the height advantage. ENCE. It's their only option here.
I was expecting this to be like really close. Also, I said ENCE was gonna win this, and now Space Station is winning. So, chat, I don't want to say that I jinxed ENCE, but
one that could end the series. And now you can test the car from the other side of the map. This is scary. This is forcing ENCE to fight. It's forcing them to come forward. Contest that at least on that corner with Pistola. Sparker within his optimal range at least to pressure the Orisa down, but you've got to be careful.
I love Symmetra TP High Noons. I love TP High Noons, bro.
Here's the shatter. Pistola able to shrug it off though, has that fortifies. He comes forward down the Terror Surge. Houston Hardy eats a pulse bomb as well. Everything including the kitchen sink thrown at the Rhine, and they do get him off the map. Landon falls, held onto the rally as Funny Astro's orbital ray goes for little.
It's like how many TPs did Sparker take there? Like 4, right? So Funny Astro gets Kind, and Sparker gets Skyrim at the end of this, right? So yeah, huge amount of advantage. You do have actually this.
Damn, Jay, what did you put in SSG drinks? I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was a coach, I'd give all my players crack.
They know they have the player advantage. They know they can roll over the top of ENCE here. The Stola's hanging on, but just barely. Landon looks for Sky. Nothing that Juno can do as they get slapped silly. Bob's going to be charged out of the way. He can no longer contest the card. It's Kempster stepping up on the Tracer, but he eats a shield bash immediately, and Backbone burns them all.
That's
down.
crazy.
Space Station sweep ENCE away to take our stage title here. And go to Stockholm.
4-0, chat. 4-0. Let's go look at the prediction. 58%. $1.9 million lost. Space Station won at 42%. That's crazy. So if you voted on Space Station, Megumi bet 200,000 on Space Station and won almost $600,000. $600,000, chat. Okay, friends, YouTube thinks you might like this next video, so let me know if they're right.